Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share my January junk planner. I realize we've got another, I don't know, week or so of January left, but I've filled it, and I actually filled it about a week or so ago. So let me open it up, and what I'm really going to kind of focus in on here is flipping through, so that you can see all the different pages I've done, but a few critiques because I'm not really that disappointed, but there are things that I wish I would have done differently, for sure. But this is only my second one, so live and learn. First of all, what I want to point out, surprise, surprise, is the size of it. I'm going to jump straight to the problem. Page 48. Why did I need so many pages? I don't know. I'm going to go, this is where I keep my to-do lists, here and here. But let me show you something real quick. Well, it says here 46, but if you can see where the lines are, those are pages that I decorated. Which it's an art journal too. I can see that being something that you would want to do in your planner, but when you only have somewhere around 20 things that you're actually, documenting, you don't need 48 pages. Okay, so let's do a quick flip through. Some of this you've already seen if you've seen some of my previous videos on this, but there's a lot in here that I haven't shown here on my channel. All right, calendar. Of course, I keep skipping this one. And this is kind of my dashboard. I'm not sure why I didn't decorate this page. It's so funny because I look at it every time I open this up, I'm like, oh, I say the same thing every single time. Wow, I didn't decorate that page. It's still not decorated. Oh, well, it's not getting decorated. All right, so I'm pretty sure I shared that. There's some journaling here. More journaling. Journaling in here. I've got a little page here that sometimes I'll journal on my computer, and then I'll feed some tea-dyed pretty papers into my printer and print out my journaling. For some reason, journaling on my computer is just so much easier. And so more pages. Journaling spot. I don't know what that one is. Another journaling spot. Another one, and then some decor. More decor. I really like this one. She's so pretty. Tracy Fox. Not Festive Dispatch. I don't know. It's in her shop. It's a postal dispatch kind of thing. Another journaling spot. I don't think I put anything in this one. Oh, that's good news, because part of the issue with this journal is, or this planner is, I decorated it really early on, and then I didn't leave myself any way of expanding, like adding an envelope there that I could put some journaling in, or just adding another journaling spot. And I really wanted to be able to do more of that. I limited myself as far as journaling spots, and I really regret that. So that's one of the things that didn't work. More decor. This was in my last video. More decor, a journaling spot. Let's see. Now this would be an opportunity for me to, I could have covered this with an envelope, or another journaling spot or something, but I'm just showing this right now because I started my February planner, and I want to share a few things about that. So as you can tell, once you get to a certain point when you're when you have this many pages, it gets really hard to work on or work in because of the way the pages get. So, that's a hard surface to work on. So I'm definitely going to try to keep my pages smaller in my next one and see if that works out a little bit better. Love that tag. Super cute. And here is another journaling spot right here. These are lists and journaling spots, but there's there's a lot. I would have liked to have had more journaling spots. There's a lot of lists and things in here, things I like to keep track of. Just a couple of pages I decorated. Now that I'm flipping through it, I'm seeing a few options on using, and like I could actually maybe put a paper clip here and put another journaling spot there. So yeah. And another thing that I regret a little bit about this journal is I wanted to memory keep. I decided that I wanted to memory keep. There was a lot of pictures that my kids sent me with my grandkids in it, and texts with words, and just lots of fun things that I would have liked to have included. And I decorated myself right out of this planner. So hopefully in my next one, I did have fun though. This was so much fun. Hopefully in my next one, I'll be able to do a little bit more memory keeping. This one really was fun. I like that. Mid-century stuff. So cute. All right, that's the end of that. So let me get my February one. Before I get too far on sharing my February planner, I wanted to kind of share a little bit of where decorating in my January planner took me. So these are some journals that I made quite a while back, over the years, over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, and just trying different things, and wasn't really happy with the direction some of these journals were going. So I kind of did a revamp on them, took out some of the pages, changed kind of the way I wanted to do things. And one of the things that I've become really interested in because of Meg journals is just kind of playing with collage and just spending a little bit of time with a little bit of paper, glue, bits and pieces, paint. These are older. I did these a few years, maybe last year, I think. But, and these were really fun. Really loved them. Let me see, is that coming apart or, okay. No, I need to glue that. I glued a lot of the pages together, sometimes 4, sometimes just 2, and got to re-glue that. So these are some of the first pages I did in here. And then these are some of the pages I did over the last week. I was having so much fun collaging in my planner that I ran out of room, first of all, but second of all, getting out some of my old journals and working in them. I just can't tell you how fun it's been. It's just been such a joy for me to get back in here and just play around with some collage. This actually is a cluster I made, and I just threw it in here. Same with that, and then I did some stuff over it. But yeah, that's this one. This one, I think I didn't have anything in it, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to use up some of my fairy digitals that I purchased on Etsy and just kind of add some bits and pieces to it. And so that was fun. Just layering, paint, a few pieces of, small bits of paper, a little bit of tape, and then a focal point and a couple of pieces of decor, just having fun, just playing around. Then there's this one. This one I really love. This right here, it says Blanche. This used to be on the back of this picture. So one of these people's name is Blanche, and I just love the idea of having somebody else's writing, the original writing from this just really old photo here. Just some, fodder, some fun stuff, some tape, kind of over, like, that's a lot, there's a lot going on that page, but, if that's what the mood strikes, that's what the mood strikes. Am I right? Then just a little, there's kind of a little keepsake in here. I'm not planning on doing a whole lot of journaling in this. I would prefer to keep that in my junk planner, because then I have a reference. Whereas here, this is just going to be kind of almost a little bit of a ephemera keepsake journal. Little stiff. There we go. Okay. And then this right here, that was kind of a work in progress. It's okay, but I really enjoyed this one. I really like this one. That was fun. So I'm just having fun. You know, sometimes I'll put things backwards, upside down. I'll paint over things, add things to it. I think that's it for that. Oh, and that one. I like the way this one came out too. Just having fun with collage. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh yeah. This one I made a note that I wanted to add some white paint to it, a little bit more white paint, and maybe some tea drips or whatever, you know, adding a little bit of tea here and there to kind of age the paper. This is an old one, but I love how you can still see whoever owned this cookbook made all these really cool little markings on there. I just love that. I love to see other people's writing, you know, what they were up to. A lot of it is cooking and sewing and that kind of thing, but it's still fun. Okay, so I'm going to put these away and I'll get my planner. So I already have February's planner. And yes, it is doing a little bit of this alligatorness, but you know, once I put a cover on it and I have a tie on it, it'll be fine. So this one I put, how many? I forgot. I think I put 7 pages. Yeah, this is 7 pages. So 7 times 2, that's 14. That'll give me 28 pages. That's about a month. I don't really need a 30-day planner, but if that's too many pages, then I'll just go even smaller the next time. And the theme on this one is, of course, you know, kind of a Valentine's theme, but for some reason when I was going through my ephemera, because I have boxes of tags that I've made over the years. This was something that I pulled out of my shop. And I came across this Harlequin clown just going through all of my ephemera like I have over the last couple of weeks. And I decided that maybe clowns might be fun in a Valentine's Day or February journal planner. And as I go through this, I'll show you some of the examples of why I chose that. So here, this is a digital that I just stuck on one of my clusters that I put through my sewing machine. And then this is just kind of a flowered glassine bag with a little bit of tape that I'm going to probably put some journaling in. Here's a journaling spot and another digital. I just kind of I put the gingham on the back and then just did a little fold for just a little something extra, something cute there. This is what I was going to kind of explain. This is from a tag journal when I first started art journaling. That was back in 2007. And because I live in a smaller place now, since then, I had to downsize quite a few of my projects. And some of that meant taking apart some of my journals. So instead of just getting rid of the journal, some of them have where it could have been a journaling spot, but I decided I wanted her to be decor. So she's just kind of I just fussy cut this girl back before Etsy, buying digitals on Etsy was a big thing. It actually had to go to a website, and so that's something that I did years and years ago, and now it has a home. And the theme of that particular journal was kind of bohemian. And so in that, I had these girls, and here, let me take this off real quick. I meant to take that off before the video, but I forgot. It's got these little dangly things at the bottom that kind of get in the way when I'm closing, when I'm in and out of it. But I always thought I wanted to leave those on there. I thought they were so cute. But this used to be one of the tags in my tag journal. And then these, I just got a bunch. Some of these are my papers, from my collection of scrapbooking papers. And then this is just a masterboard that I made from strips of paper from, just scraps. And then some of these are digitals that I found on Etsy. I like to look for digitals of fabric. I think I've mentioned that before. So I just covered all of these pages with this pretty fabric. This is another tag from that tag journal. He's cute, and he has lines on the back for journaling. And these are some fabric doilies. They're crafting. They're not like for decorative purposes. They are for crafting, but I thought they made cute little tuck spots. And then I have a lot of these that I've made, these hidden paper clips. It has a little, it has a little tag on the back. I'm pretty sure that that's Tracy Fox, and I printed it out on fabric. I have that printable fabric. So I have a bunch of those, and then another journaling spot. Just kind of a hodgepodge of different papers. And then this is something from one of my work basket magazines, and there's a blank spot there, so I thought I'd just put some ribbon. Another tag from that, journaling spot from that tag journal. But isn't that cute? I love that kind of a harlequin. They're at like a masquerade party or something. There, and this one is an envelope. Another one from that tag journal. Playing card that I absolutely loved the illustration on there. Isn't that pretty? Love that. Okay, another journaling spot from a masterboard. Oops, let's see if we can get that back in there. There we are. Okay, another tuck spot. That one needs a journaling spot. These are old cigarette cards. Cute, huh? I love those. All right. And this is a card from one of my index card journals that I tore apart. It says 8/3. Pretty sure this is from 2007 or 2008. Long time ago. Same with this. This is from one of my journals from way back when. This is from a masterboard. Love that. And then it's just got a little, one of my smaller clusters on there. Let's see, where else we have. Yeah, I think that that's about it. So that is going to be my February junk planner. Now, I'm probably not going to share too much of this until I get it decorated. I may do some decorating on my videos, but I think for the most part, I'm going to just play in it. I want to be able to, like I said earlier, I want to be able to put my memories in there, pictures of my grandkids, pictures of my walks, just different things like that. So I'm really looking forward to working in this. So I'm going to move this aside, and I want to show you just a little collection of what I have in mind for decorating this journal. So this is just one of my snippet rolls, but this is the snippet roll that I made, that I shared in one of my videos where I used a bunch of doilies, and I've actually been using this. As you saw, that was the belly bands. I forgot to kind of point that out. Here, let me see if I can find a good one. Here, we'll just take this out. So yeah, it worked out really good. Comes out cute. And there was another one where I used a little bit of it just as decor, and I like that. So super cute. Now, this box is just where I throw everything. It's kind of nice to have a place where I toss everything, and then I can pick it up and set it aside, and I'll go through it once in a while and clean it out. But for the most part, it's so much easier than, trying to find where everything goes every time you do something. It's throw it in there and then go through it once in a while and clean it all up. So these are what I use a lot of times when I'm decorating or making clusters or just whatever. Is I'll kind of as size wise, kind of, as you graduate, you start large and you work your way into smaller pieces. So it's kind of nice to have a place where the larger pieces go. Here's some clusters, smaller clusters that kind of have a little bit of a romantic pink and, vibe for Valentine's Day. Let's see what's under there. Yeah, there's a little piece of lace right there. And this is a cute little, hold on, what did I do here? Oh, there. This is a cute little paper clip I made a couple of years ago. Just some odds and ends in here that are that I thought might be fun, that I could put in this journal for Valentine's Day. Some digital whatnots in red, some romantic stuff. There's a clown, and then there's some red shoes. And these are from Shabby Dabby Doodah, her shop. Some cute little hearts. Some labels and tags, words. Larger tickets and tags. Just some stickers. I don't know. I didn't know what else to do with those. And then just some larger pieces. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, but just having them on hand because I collected them. Some pretty flowers and just some vintage images from a children's book. Just some whatnot. And then some photos. I'm not sure. I think these are from Tracy Fox's Etsy shop. These may be too. I'm not quite sure, but I thought they're vintage ladies. They're kind of, you know, romantic. And then these are definitely from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I just love these roses. I thought roses would be really appropriate for this journal. So I kind of just gathered up a couple of things that I've had just kind of sitting around in my art room, in my craft room. And then this was me attempting to do embossing and kind of, I don't know, my embossing needs a lot of work. So yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pick a page to work on, and I have no idea what the plan is. Okay, so the decor that I think that I'd like to go ahead and do in here is an envelope. Like I said, I want to make sure that I have plenty of journaling spots and areas that I can do memory keeping. And I'm loving this this image in the front of this. This is from my mom's collection of music, because she was a singer. And I heard her sing a lot. Don't remember this one. A film for all the young lovers of the world. I think that's perfect. Now, if I can just make sure that I get this in the middle of my envelope, I'll be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it here, which is at, right about there. I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe not. Yeah, scored it a little bit. Uh-oh, a little crooked. I think that's crooked. It's falling apart. It's flaking. Okay. I am totally going to wing it here. I'm determined that this is going to work. Okay. Okay, I've got them. See how much of a gap I have. Not much. So what's going to end up happening is this is going to be glued to the back. I mean, this back is going to be on the front of the page. So I'm not worried too much about this. I can tape it. So I think I'm going to tape that. So this, I don't know, it kind of like umbrellas of, I don't know, Chorberg. So I want to have that showing, I think. Let me get my journal. I don't think I need this anymore. Okay, so let's pretend that that's, I don't have time for looking for the right one. This is just perfect as far as the width. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and fold it there. Trying to be careful. It's actually kind of falling apart. Okay, so I've got that part. Okay. None of this is going to go to waste. Let's see. This up. I think I want it to be that. I'm just going off of how I remember any of the clasp envelopes that I've worked with before look like. And hoping for the best, really. I mean, it's really pretty basic stuff, but I'm really determined not to ruin this cover. Cute. Okay, so that's the way that will look on the back. I'll tape this. Now what I want to do is I might want it to flap over a little bit. Let me see how much I can get away with. So it looks like this top is about as good as it gets. Let's see. Think. I could just cut it off and then just have a thumb, what do you call those? A thumb grabby thingy. I don't remember what they called them. I always forget what the, when you have a, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off just to, it looks naked. It looks naked without that. Come on. There. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back on there, and then I'm just going to do a half circle up there. What's the back look like? Yeah, okay. Overcomplicating. I was going to use masking tape, but then I saw this medical tape. I'm going to see if that'll work. It might work better. A little bit of glue. You're not going to see that. It doesn't matter that those aren't the same. You're not going to see. This is the back of the envelope. Kind of thinking I need to trim this up just a bit, just to get that white off of there. Okay, watch what happens. Now I want to look this up. Every time I see something like this, I want to Google it. It sounds like a French movie. All right. Let's see if I can get that on there. Let me make sure that this is going to go on this page correctly. Oh yeah, it's going to be fine. I like it. Huh. Let's see about opening it up. I wish that I would have. I may go ahead. I'm going to put some tape on there, because I know that once I start trying to get something in and out of this, But wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Well, I'm going to go get my clip. I mean, my punch. So I'm going to do it this way. So I put lines on here so that I know that, see, that's the skinny part that goes in there. So I know where to stop when I'm making these. So then it lays down a little bit flatter and I can see if I've put it in there straight. So here, hold on. Yeah, looks good. All right. All right, so because I don't want to keep catching that, I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I was going to put a piece of tape, but I remembered that you'd be able to see that from where I clipped it, and I didn't want to do that, so that'll probably be enough just for safety. Alrighty, cute. Okay. Now I've got to figure out, do I want it there? What page do I want it on? See, it has a little bit of kind of orange. You know what? I think I like it there. I love this paper, but it was going to get covered one way or another, so. Okay, now I know that this was a super simple project, but now I have a keepsake in my February journal, and that's where I want to go. That's the new addition, at least, that I thought of, you know, after working in my January planner. That's kind of one of the things that was missing, is keepsakes, and not just journaling from what's going on with me now, but just things from the past even, you know. And I have a lot of music from my mom, but and it's a lot for me to use it. And this was kind of an impromptu. I didn't, you know, I had no plan of this until I started this video. But when I print out my journaling, I have a little fun place to put it, and a sweet memory too. So yeah, well, that's it for today. I know this was a simple project, but I really kind of wanted to emphasize more on what was working in these planners, what wasn't working. Like I said, at the end of the month, I'll probably do a flip through and share more of it. I've got other things that I want to make videos about. I'm going to continue, of course, my Dollar Tree stuff. I've got a lot of fun projects lined up for that. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you like my new planner, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have a great day. Bye-bye.